We are live.
We are live.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Grand Central. Today we're doing a live stream, and luckily on this one I have two guests. As you can see, it's me on one side, AJ and Ian are on the other. You will see us all as we're working on our stuff. As always, it's going to be an improv. I'm going to draw two. I'm going to draw the genre and the subgenre, and Ian is going to draw what, Ian?
Location.
And then I've got the random object.
Okay, and before we start, just as a tester, when it pops up, AJ, let me know, because I want to make sure we can hear you as we're
On
talking.
my birthday live stream, it is popped up. I just need to make sure that I've got
Location.
what I was going to say,
Okay.
volume off.
No, I wanted to make sure that you guys can hear each other. Okay, so we verified anything now, just at the top, AJ?
When it pops up,
You can put that all the way down.
Because I want to make sure
There we
there's
go.
the volume.
We fixed that, and alrighty.
Alright,
So, I'm gonna draw. What'd you do?
Nothing? No, seriously, nothing. I just deleted part of the flower that I've been drawing.
Oh, okay. So we're going into the challenge, so maybe give me the pencil. I have taken the pencil from AJ, or Ian has.
Wait a second. I'm not. It's not scrolling.
AJ hasn't had an iPad, so she hasn't had the drawing feature before. So,
Shoot, AJ, you distracted me.
oh my gosh. Alright, in this brief technical difficulty, please enjoy this message from our sponsor. Just joking, it's just my logo. You just got logoed. Alrighty,
Mall.
and so as we begin, let's begin.
Okay, so what is the genre?
Okay. I should have explained this. I'm going to push a button and it's going to play my logo, and then I'll point at you when we're starting. Alrighty, so let's start. See behind the scenes. I promised you behind the scenes in this live stream.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Ian,
I can't see
yes.
that room anymore.
we're going to start you.
Okay. With what?
We're going to start with yours because apparently I forgot to even write down location and all that stuff.
Okay, so location. Improv/sketch comedy show.
Okay, that's ironic because we did that for our birthday. I didn't know that was even...
An actual location?
Yeah. Sketch. Literally, wow. That's literally what we did like an hour and a half ago.
Oh my gosh. Well, now we know exactly what that location looks like. So when we all have the same identical looking location.
Well, it doesn't have to be the exact one. It can be anything.
Anything.
It could be a... Well, actually, we don't know because we have to wait for the genre to know what kind of improv they're doing.
Okay, so objects.
Yep.
I'm going to draw at random. I'm going to keep my eyes turned away from the bag. A pan.
A pan.
Hand.
Object, a pan. Okay, and for the genre.
This is the main genre.
This is the primary genre.
Right?
It is thriller and suspense.
For the main genre.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And then we're just writing for 20 minutes.
Yep. It's improv. You just free will. Don't judge yourself. As I've said in the stream before,
Don't judge yourself.
just if it's trash, just go with it. It's yes-anding. That's literally the message of improv. And so if you don't
We're writing
yes-and,
like pros.
no, it's supposed to be like you're working on yourself. So it's working on the muscle out. Because if you don't work the muscle, you're never going to be able to write as a pro.
No,
Okay.
but I mean
Pros.
pros as in Prose.
Prose. I don't understand. Sorry.
Prose like writing, like novel or novella or short story.
It's in it. Literally, it can be anything. If you want to write a script, that's left up to you.
Yeah, okay, that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, not prose like we're professionals, but
I
prose
will-
is in like there's poetry and then there's prose.
Yeah.
I
As
will
well,
try haiku.
but you can't stop. So at 20 minutes, you can stop. So if you're like, I'm writing a poem, don't be like, okay, I wrote a poem. I want it like
Yeah.
you must keep going.
Yes.
I don't know what this means, so it's gonna make it fun because you're going to decide each other. We're not gonna Google it.
Right. What's
The subgenre is prairie settlement.
That's not a subgenre.
It is according to the website I downloaded subgenres. So
Prairie settlement. That's not. That's the. I'm going to call into question the whatever website.
I'm going to guess because I mixed up all of them, history, all of it, that it's a subgenre of historical fiction, prairie settlement.
That's a location for his. I will figure it out.
You don't have to go with that. It could be current, and then they're just on a prairie, and it's a town that's settled there.
What's a prairie?
A prairie is like rolling
It's
hills.
like this wide open plain.
Like usually, like have you seen Little House on the Prairie?
No.
It's usually a whole bunch of farmland, and usually it's like
I imagine like wide open spaces.
Yeah. usually small towns. Yeah,
Okay.
but this small town somehow has an improv / sketch comedy show theater.
Yes.
AJ, it's no judgment. If you're judging
No,
yourself,
I just my contact.
oh, you're a contact. It's you
My
look like you were
contact-
stressed.
No, I've been messing with my contacts since like before we got set up.
It's not getting fixed, it's just getting progressively worse, probably because I keep trying to fix it. I should probably stop trying to fix it. You know what? I've been talking a lot. I'll shut up.
Okay, no, it's okay. Ian, you have the
I'm changing
Timer ready.
the color.
okay. The color has been changed.
Has it?
Yep.
Oh, it has. Okay. And the timer, I am ready.
Alrighty.
I'm ready to
Tell me
No, you tell me because you have control of the timer.
2, 1, we begin.
Alright, as always, I will narrate, they will not, so theirs will be more of a surprise than mine. Alrighty, so. Oh, always with those sticky keys. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go with.
One.
Okay, sorry, I'm writing on a new keyboard. You know what? I'm gonna flip this. There, that should help me a little bit. Alright. Bethany didn't know how she got here. 1 second. She was in 1872
There we go.
in with her mama and papa enjoying the Great Plains. Next, everywhere had gone dark. Real dark. Then a cloud had pressed in around her almost like a sponge getting expunged of all its water. All its water. I didn't mean to rhyme with those words. All its water. Now she was standing what appeared to be a busy amphitheater. A crowd cheering as voices filled the air, echoing off what could only be described as light. But it was strange. Not candlelight, like the one she grew, like she knew. Oh, you. Thank you. She knew it was more crisp warm, yet trapped inside glass. It baffled her. Where was she? Where was she? Thank you. Where was she? Where was she? Yeah, where were you, Bethany? How did you get here? Where was she? And why did all these people seem unaware of the fear coursing through her veins? But as she flickered her eyes, the room around her began to shift, and she could see Mama and Papa again, lounging together in the grass. Exactly, the crowd sat down. Her feet carried her through. Her feet carried her down the hallway as she moved to join them. Every blink of her eye shifting from now, from the prairie to this other world. Light shined bright. Its seats were made of sun. Kind of metal. Much too smooth for any she knew. AJ, you have the live stream. Has anybody said anything?
Huh?
On the other side, the live stream, has anybody said anything?
No, it has not.
Okay, that's fine.
I will let you know if anything pops up in chat.
Okay, thank you. I just was like, we haven't said anything, so I want to make sure that somebody's looking. Much too smooth for any she knew. Mama? She cried. Not believing. Not believing. Not believing her voice. Carrie. But Carrie. Carrie. Her voice would carry. Through her brain, took her to her brain, and she didn't know what to say. How could she express this other world that existed alongside hers? Somehow distant chopped across the prairie. Slamming to the ground. And she screamed, grasping desperately for another. The crowd in the amphitheater stopped laughing, each of their gazes spinning around to see caused commotion. Bethany, I don't understand what's gotten into you. To the ground. This might be too confusing, but we're not going to judge that sentence structure. Bethany screamed. Grasping desperate for a moment. Why did you sing to me?
Not gonna sneeze.
That's no way to behave.
Not gonna sneeze.
Father said, shaking his head. Bethany didn't have words to explain what was going on.
Okay.
They didn't see. The bar. See. The strange metallic bar that crashed down the ceiling and crushed the air was and wasn't at the same time. You don't see it. Bethany asked. The fear inside her mounted. As a cold chill ran through the air. But the world around the prairie shifted. It's the same. The world around the prairie. The world around the prairie made the same. The ground was going crazy, searching desperately to reach her. But somehow, begging for answers, wanting to know whether she was ready. But as their fist, but as the gentleman, Salazar, much too cruel. spelled burrow. It's
Burrow?
okay. It's okay. I'm gonna leave it be. I'll fix it later.
B-O-R-O-U-G-H.
Okay.
Or depending on what definition you're looking for.
It's okay. I'm not trying to be perfect in an improv. Burrowing into her mother's body 1 second and empty.
Oh,
air.
B-U-R-R-O-W.
Yeah.
I was doing the place.
Yeah. That's what I was doing too. Burrowing. Thank you. Empty air. She all right. Hell no. Salazar. Grotesque. Enormous. Grotesque. Arm. Fell through the ceiling of the amphitheater. Amphitheater. And crushed the seams. Its veins pulsating. Its veins pulsating. It's red. It's red. Its red veins pulsating. Pulsating to the rhythm of Bethany's heartbeat. It's Bethany's heartbeat. What is going on? Bethany's heartbeat. Its red veins pulsating to the rhythm of Bethany's heartbeat. A face descending down from the ceiling. Twisted. And reversed to the rest of its body. Its eyes somehow narrowing on hers. Daddy. They screamed. Scrambling. Desperately. Waiting to see parents. Reality. No longer clear. She made her way down the clearing. She made her way down to the clearing. Knocking off the side.
Oh, that's it.
Knocking off the side of walls as she. You can finish the last sentence. It's knocking off the side of walls as she crashed through the grass, trying to get away. Okay, I finished my last sentence.
That was good timing on the ending for my thing.
I like where it's ending. It might make somebody upset, but I think what happens next is interesting.
Finishing up your last sentence?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Well, I mean paragraph. It doesn't have to be the last sentence. Just finish your sentence. I mean, don't finish your story, but finish the
your-
sentence.
that
If you got to the end, that's great. But
Okay.
the whole point is doing the thing.
Color change?
Yeah, color change. Let's go to.
I didn't get to where I was planning
To
on
red?
go. I got it. I'm protecting it.
We're going here, so let's go to. We're in blue.
Pink.
We're going to do behind the scenes. Go to red.
Blue. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
I had so much more that I wanted to write that I didn't get to.
Well, that's the point. It's improv, and you stop when you stop, and I can send this, and you can work on it on your own.
Well, no, that's not. No.
The whole point of this is it's training your brain to be creative and not judging yourself. If you judge yourself, it makes you stop, and that's where writer's block comes from.
Writer's block.
Yeah, exactly. You get it.
If we have writer's block,
Ian gets it, guys.
the frying pan into a drying pan.
Exactly. Okay, and so for this next part, are you done? I can't tell, but you're doing something. Really.
I am done.
She's.
I'm drawing an illustration on the bottom to go with what I wrote. I am done though.
Okay. Okay. I'm worried about this. What happens? Hello? Hi. AJ?
Yes.
With the live stream,
Turn on
will you
phone.
see... No, I want to see if this is what's happening on the live stream.
Oh, I see you in the top corner, and I see your Word document, and in the bottom corner, I see
You
me
meant
and
the
Ian.
volume.
I unplugged this from here, and sometimes that creates feedback. I want to know if it's causing feedback on the live stream.
Okay.
Will you see... I want to see if this is what's happening on the live stream. Okay, good.
Oh, I see you.
It's not, and that's what I wanted to verify, because if it's not doing it, then I can do this at a speaker, and you guys can hear the effects that are going on, so it's more immersive, and we can all comment.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with you guys, because I can do mine faster, so you have to save it. Well, one of you has to go first, so who wants to go? Because you save it, and then I can open it over here.
Hold on. How do I change the name of the document? Do I click save first?
Yeah, you could click save, and it should offer the options of how to save it.
Got it.
Did you actually hear the iPad? I don't remember confirming with the iPad what our voices sounded like.
There was a tiny bit of an echo.
Echo, I have to call them. I don't know why. I called them already, but there shouldn't be an echo. Feedback is what I was looking for, not the other stuff. Birthday improv. And as long as we can hear everybody, that's all that matters to me. Overlays.
Okay, I think that's
So I need to
good.
do two things.
For some reason, I click storage. What do I click?
So you click my email address,
Email address.
and then
The
save
OneDrive?
it. If you save it, it'll become my most recent. So I won't just save it anywhere.
Okay, I did.
Okay. And now I will open it. Tony and Nate's Prairie Adventure. Did AJ save it?
Okay. Trying to figure out how. So I'm on home.
Because as long as you save it, you can work on it until we get to you. Just because I'm guessing Ian will go first. But Ian, for me to open it, is it still open on the phone?
Oh, it is.
So do I export it then?
No, you just push save.
Save. And then save it as.
Well, you have to collect Cameron Gran, like the OneDrive, and then whatever name that you want. And then as long as you save it somewhere on that OneDrive, I'll be able to see it. And then Ian, over here.
Into the hot seat.
Yes.
Okay.
And then just so I can confirm, we're going to open Stream Deck. So you're going to see. I'm going to move this over.
Could I actually scooch over a bit because I can't really see the screen at all?
And then we're going to shift this just so it's more of a balance between the two of us. What?
It just slowly on its own moved back to the
It's
original
okay.
position.
I believe I did something. And then because AJ's the only one over there, I want to move this so AJ is in focus.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so we're going to go over. I'm going to have Stream Deck open on one side. We're going to go backwards. This one I'm not worried about. It's the audio mixer that I want to make sure I can do. So we're going to create a file. Right now, everybody, we're in the behind-the-scenes features, and you're going to see how I create all of this. So, Stream Deck, that should be what music is under. Okay, so we're in the first one. Right here is Ian's folder. and really, I'm only doing this because I can do the other stuff. It's the voices that I want to make sure that you want. So I'm going to turn on. Oh, not the one I wanted. Custom voice mod on. Alrighty. And then, hello everyone. Oh, we're not hearing it because I might have to turn it up because, oh wait, how that's why I can't hear it. Got it. Okay. Okay, well, okay. Alien? Yeah. I just want you to be able to hear the sound effects so that you decide. But we're not going to go there. If one of these is what you like, I will have it, but I'll put this here. I'm not going to go to your story yet. You're going to have it up.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, it sounded so much simpler in my head. Stop it. Yeah, that's my face. It's okay, do this too. No, my face is registering.
You don't look like yourself when you're angry.
I don't look like myself when I'm angry. I don't know how you knew that. You just changed the color. Okay.
No, I didn't.
You don't have to stay in that screen. Just go to, yep, Tony Nates. Got it.
Oh, shoot. AJ,
Yes? Yes?
I accidentally clicked your document because it didn't let me.
You know what? I am going to do it. Let's go to music. I have, what kind of vibe do you have? Like, I have, like,
Me?
oh, well, it should be playing. Like this vibe, I can stop that and it could be.
No, definitely not that.
Okay, well, actually, let's just do this. I created a file for you, so let's do this instead. This is Ian's file. We're going to go to music. You tell me what genre you're in.
Okay, let's say. I would say something like
Did you exit
horror
out of mine, by the way?
or ambient.
I'm not in yours, but I just want to make sure you save it.
Can you do more than one at a
I'm
time?
just asking because all of a sudden it like reverted back to a different version.
Something.
Okay.
I did not save anything.
And then there's mood. Is there any of these moods that you also
Dark. Let's say dark
dark?
and sad. I would say.
Sad. Okay. And then you'll hear them. Feeling this one?
Possibly. I'm going to have that on my mind. No.
Okay.
Let's. Definitely not. Secrets.
Here.
What's this end beat here?
Also, you can say, I want it to be this until this part, and then
Go back to multi-member.
I'll do that next.
I might do secrets.
Everything that you're seeing right now on your screen is from Stream Deck. It's their free royalty thing that you can use for live stream. I'm just letting you know in case somebody else out there is curious what this is. It's on Stream Deck.
Okay, pause that. I see there's more options down.
Yeah, okay. Further, yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's 30 seconds, but let me just see what it's like for Boss Terror. The
Boss Terror.
Yay! No.
No.
What's Redshift? Redshift actually might sound.
We're going over stuff. I'm just gonna do. Since AJ's doing something, I'm gonna make it close up because we're going over us. So he's just boss.
Oh, I'm not doing anything
Richard.
important. I'm literally drawing a picture on the bottom of my.
Oh, I know. That's why I switched it to a close up of us, and then I'll go back to you to say something. So now they're saying us. Well, for right now, when we're actually doing something and I'm like actually programming, oh, no. '90s dark pop. Keep in mind, I can't skip the music. It starts, and you have to let the music play.
Keep going down.
Okay.
So far, I'm thinking the first one's the best one. That's almost the same. No, what's the other side?
Since I'm doing this, you have it instantly. Oh, you can open it. I just closed it. There we go. Now you should open it.
That sounds a little too active.
There we go. So you're doing it throughout the entire thing, or do you want to start and change to something else? Song, entire. Song. Okay, so you said the first one?
The first one is so far has been no.
That's 46 seconds, yeah.
Dark. Let's start. You know, we could probably do dark and brooding, and then wait. What? How does the first one start it again?
This one is secrets.
That one. Okay, I got it. So after. Okay, so
After.
how's secrets again?
Oh, I thought let me stop and just start again. Stop.
At the very beginning. Dark Mind. Which one was that one? Because I had an idea of where these are going. Okay. So
Like, don't tell me. Like, so are you for sure on Mystery of a Haunted Memory?
yes, and I have a specific spot I would want that to start.
Okay.
Glimpse of the Dark Mind, I think I have an idea for,
Okay.
and Darkness as well. And I think those three should cover pretty much the entire thing.
Okay. So we're gonna stop here.
Do you have
Oh,
Darkness as well?
well, I'm doing this because I'm gonna go over here. So I have to program it over here. I'll make this full screen so you guys can follow.
Are they still at 100 though on the Osmo?
Yeah, probably should go back to live stream. You are correct. Alrighty, and so now they're seeing this. And AJ, wave hi. We're seeing AJ again.
Hello.
Again, any comments
Any comments on what specifically?
Okay.
on our live stream?
On the
In the
okay,
live
I thought you
stream.
were asking if I had.
Well,
any
yeah, you
comments.
too, but yeah, but I meant.
No. Sorry.
I'm okay with that. There's not. I just want to double check and make sure that I'm not missing anybody.
Oh my gosh, this is so back heavy that anytime I don't hold it specifically, it keeps on trying to like tilt.
Well, if you want it, I can put the chair there for you to have so to have as a desk.
Yeah, I know, but I was using it as a drawing captain.
Sorry, I was trying to remember. There should be music. Play audio there. That's how I do it. This is Ian. Actually, let's just put Ian so I don't need to worry. Voila. Ian now has a folder.
Woo!
And then we're in Ian, right? I don't.
Yep.
Let's just make sure. Ian, play audio. And then this is the one. Well, actually, no, because song one. And then we're going to open the file. Comes to a dark
Does it
line.
auto save once you have it on OneDrive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I'm sitting here like,
And for the Word document that I have, when is song one happening? And just give me the line, don't read the story.
I don't know which one was, because I don't remember them from the title. Can I hear which one you put as song one?
listening to it.
Play something.
The fade in and out.
Okay, fade in and
Oh,
out. And same with song 1. I think song 2 is actually going to be at the very, hold on, let me just, when you're ready.
well, you can tap it. I'm just changing the name,
Yes.
and then I can switch them. And you're not touching it. There we go. Now that's on two. That's the one that. No, yep, I switched them. I didn't realize it stopped the song if I switched it while you were listening.
Okay, and then there was also darkness, which I wanted.
Okay, so I will put this in so it's already there.
I wish there was a way of like selecting everything and moving it.
Song 3. And then I have to download darkness, so I didn't realize that it would close this. Oh, okay, now it shouldn't matter because I can do this, but it was in full screen before. Blah! Alrighty. So music,
And it was just called Like Darkness, I believe.
like darkness.
No, not like, it was just,
That is this trigger here, I can turn it on. Give me 1 second. There we go.
this one. No, that's not.
Heart of Darkness?
Slow down, because I thought it was just called Darkness.
There's one on there.
No, that wasn't it. It was like, it was only like a minute something and it was like thicker.
And we'll lower it so it's max 2 minutes.
Yeah,
We'll call it there, good.
it was definitely just called Darkness and it was,
Was this one?
wasn't this one? Although I
Well,
don't-
this says Heart of Darkness. Okay, there are a lot of other things I want to do, so
Okay,
what is the other one? Because
okay.
I still want to get to AJ and me.
Okay. Let's do this one, I think.
Okay,
And so we will have,
because I've learned from my mistake, and I will. I mean, you can't do that. I just have it over here, and then we have glimpse into.
it was Heart of Darkness, is the one you just did.
Okay. View. Okay, and then
And
for
then-
my script, I want you to tell me. Just tell me when to. Just the line that you want to shift.
Okay, so the very start.
No, don't. Well, you can do it for listening, but yeah.
um,
Start. Song.
one, that's going to start at the very beginning.
Sorry. Start. Okay, song 2.
Song, we're going to have to swap song 2 and song
Okay.
3. What is going to be song 2, that will start, doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
As the introduction's finished, a deep, raspy voice eked out, or a deep, raspy voice.
Deep, raspy voice. Okay. Song 3.
Song 3, doo-doo-doo. All the audience stood up.
All the audience stood up. Okay. Now you have that, and then this is I just push buttons for.
Okay.
So you have characters.
Yes.
The characters are going to go in here. You're going to say them. Give me a second as I pull up this. I'm going to have voice mod open. Voice changer. I just want to make sure I have you open. Okay. So Ian, you were going, because you're reading it,
Mm-hmm.
you will type it when
When it's ready to swap.
voice changer on and off. I'm going to have that.
Sorry about the yawn. It's just because I need more coffee.
Okay. I have, well, you can make coffee if you need some.
Oh,
How many voices do you have?
I have 3.
So 1, 2, 3, and then names.
Tony,
Tony.
Nate, voice.
Like narrative.
No.
His name's the voice.
Yeah.
You have names for your characters?
Are you gonna have? Well, you should have like an ambient for when you're narrating.
Yeah.
So this will be what you're pushing when you're narrating. Actually,
I thought narrating would just be regular voice, not.
well, it's gonna be up, so I'll be able to tell who's talking. So, I want like usually I have something on over behind you.
Okay.
Narrating. AJ can't see what's happening, so that's also. Oh, well, you can. You have the live stream, so you can see.
I do, and I am watching the live stream.
Oh, okay. I was like.
I don't understand what's happening, but
Yeah.
I'm watching.
But
the
like
live
this is the behind the scenes. The fun part's the end. But like the fun, I want people to be able to do it for themselves if they ever have the opportunity. Okay, so we have all the things, and then we're gonna go into voice mod. What's the idea so I can narrow down what we're looking at? Who's Tony?
Tony,
Can you turn off the camera on me?
guy.
I'm trying to think if I can separate you from. Yes, I can. You are my Logitech. I can do this. Yeah.
Let's say like guy paranoid.
It'll take 30 seconds, but you're. It's done now. You're recorded. I stopped it.
Okay.
It's okay.
Paranoid kind of voice. I don't know. how
Like
to-
what kind of effect? Like what do you want? Like it's like, I like
What's game over?
like, oh hello, oh voice changer. That's why. Hello. Ooh. Okay. This doesn't really hear anything right now. This is background. So you'll hear some of this. Oh, is this pointed towards you? Can you point that more towards you? Maybe that will help us.
Point what?
The other speaker behind there.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's.
Hello. There you go. I don't hear anything here, so this one's bad.
Yeah.
You have a woman? Yeah, because like you can hear the woman voice right now.
I don't really have a woman.
Okay, so I can do
Let's
like
do-
here's the doctor. The doctor's more like this low voice. And if you want a background effect, if you have music playing, so you don't do that.
What?
It sounds like this.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. What's trauma medic? Sound like?
Oh, that's kind of like.
What?
Hello? Ooh. I can't hear it at all, so I don't know. Oh wait, it's the robot one. Hello? Hello? I turned off the background effects.
Dude, that one.
Well, I know, but it's supposed to turn off. There you go.
Okay.
It's kind of like, I don't know why it's fading so much, but there's 3 of them. So there's helmet, patrol, which is more like this,
Okay.
and then there's ABB, which is more like that.
Okay. What's Titan?
Titan. Oh, sorry. You moved on. Okay. Background effect is. Yeah. Here, you know what? I have it down on here. I'm gonna see if.
Oh my gosh, is Titan supposed to sound like Thanos?
Let me move over.
Because it's purple. And
Oh, there it
he's
is.
got like the chin thing.
Okay. You talking? Yeah. Tell us like this.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I guess this could work for Tony. No.
You got it.
Yeah, okay. Let's just do this one.
Okay.
Because, yes, I do. You got two. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what was the name of it. Tyson. It's also improv. Like, you don't need to be as clear.
Got it.
Okay.
We have names. Okay, back to the voices. Let's
turn off that. So now back to us sounding. Oh.
Can we, that should turn off, or?
No,
that's because with this on, it doesn't happen. I don't know. But I can fix this once we go into the other program, and I click on normal or clean.
Yeah, this is happening because I turned that voice on.
Okay, what about Genius?
Genius, let's turn down voice on a little. There we go. Genius?
Yeah. It's, you passed it. What does this sound like? Hello? I don't
hear it. I can.
Hello? Okay.
Yeah.
I think Genius can work for Tony.
Okay.
Yes.
But you don't, like, I'm not saying you have to go with the first one, but I'm just saying, like, we're going through them and just make decisions faster.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
I hear it. There you go.
Yeah.
Genius. Okay.
Okay.
And then let's move over to
What is Lost Soul?
Lost Soul. It doesn't really have an effect. I've never really. It has like ghost things, but I don't hear anything like
Other than that?
yeah.
Okay. What is like from your opinion the deepest voice out of these? Or like
Oh, it just makes the like oh
yeah.
yeah.
I mean like in general though, out of all the things that you
I'm
have.
trying to think. Where's my? I have to think where I save them. I am the same menu. Well, because this makes it sing. Well, sorry, it's
Stranger.
I'm not seeing it in the way.
Move down. Stranger. What's that one?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. It's like it's kind of like an auto tone. It's lower. Yeah.
Not quite what I was.
Yeah, that's kind of what's reminding me of. And then there's like underwater.
Hello?
Yes, you can also roll below.
What does storyteller happy sound like? Or no drama?
I'm sorry, that's one I'm missing. Story.
Let's do storyteller drama. Because this might be for my narrator.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
And yes, you know, yeah, let's go with this for narrator.
Storyteller drama.
Yes.
Okay. And then we literally just need whoever
We
this
just
is.
need voice.
Oh, you want to know the low scary voice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That is what voice is. Oh, is this all your different?
This is the one that I already have. I have evil. Hello.
Yeah, I don't want like an AI evil.
Where's the second one? Oh, well, I have to
Well, that's the radio voice.
The
The radio voice.
The
Radio voice, I think, for if we can like,
Yeah,
I think it can work.
Okay. So, we're gonna stop. We're gonna go over here. Thank you for the patience. Yeah. It's because you guys
sorry, it's
are
my first time.
yeah, yeah. But I can do this a little faster, but I just wanted to make sure we got everything. So you said you want the radio voice. Yes, I'm not. Some of these are like they also update a lot, so that's also why I don't know.
Evil radio voice?
You guys saw it. Evil radio voice.
Okay.
And then I have one more thing. Do you have sound effects at all?
I do.
Okay, so I know where it's at. Soundbar. Thank you. How many?
Okay. I have a buzzer ringing.
Buzzer.
I want I want, if possible,
Actually, where's my Word document? Buzzer when? Because if you say the word buzzer, or if I want the line before, like when do you want the buzzer to start? What's the line? It should start before you read out that buzzer line.
it starts with the buzzer rang out, and then do the buzzer then, or right then.
Buzzer ring out. Okay.
And then can we get like a splat sound?
Splat. Yes.
Splat.
When? And then I'll find. Well, we're gonna find the sound effects, but when?
Flew from the pan onto Nat's face. Nate's face.
Pan. Two. Flew the pan
Onto
Matt's
Nate's.
face. Okay.
A clang sound.
Clang.
For the word striking.
Striking. Well, I need more than striking.
Okay.
I need, is it
swung again? Striking.
swung again? Striking.
If possible, like a thud.
Thud.
Collapse to the ground.
Collapse to the ground.
An applause erupted into applause.
Erupted into applause. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Something for smashing open, like breaking open a door, I guess, or something like that.
Breaking a door.
For that's door smashing it open, or door.
I need
Towards the closest door, smashing.
the closest door smashing. Okay.
I have another clang. It's going to be a repeat clang for a different one. Smashed one of them with the pan.
Okay.
And then I have glass shatter. For broke through the front windows. And that should be pretty much all of them.
So now we're gonna count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I that because then I can have it here, and we will still have to go and find them. But 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, when we find them, let me know where we're at. So soundboard's over here. And you said a buzzer. I'm hoping it will let me search once I'm in soundboard. Search. Buzzer. Doesn't sound like a buzzer. Oh. That work?
Yeah, that'll work.
Oh wait, what was it in? Sorry. Well, you're not helpful. Let's hope I can find it just... But voice mod is running, see? Okay. There we are. I guess let me see, like, tell me if you see the name. All these are animals, so it's
music.
going to be background. Maybe buttons for button sounds, then, right?
No, it's not buttons.
Okay.
What was would it be under cartoons or no?
No, I actually think I know what that is. Never mind. I don't know what I'm asking.
Prankster.
Yeah. Buzzer.
Okay.
There we have buzzer. And then
What was the next one that in the list?
The
Splat and then clang.
I'm just gonna look here. I think there is a splat. But I think I have to know what it looks like to know what it's from. It says prankster. So splat. Cartoon. Okay.
Might only get to us.
Yeah. I would rather cartoon. Splat.
Okay. And then clang was the next one.
Clang. And then okay. So in cartoon, I know they have clang sounds, they're just not being
Listed as clang.
yeah, so let's go to cartoons. What kind of clang?
No.
Oh,
What's the head shape? No, because that's gonna. Bonk. What's bonk?
I'm looking, I'm sorry.
Bonk's gonna be pretty funny, but.
I know there are anime sounds too.
Oh,
What kind of bonk? Also, this will work for any of the other ones, let me know. Like,
think frying pan hitting. Oh wait, boing. What? Oh wait, that's going to be. Boing. Okay, no. That's video games, right? Or retro games. That's not going to be it.
there are more, they're just not all of here.
But what's Vikings? Is that like football Vikings or actual Vikings?
No, it's actual Vikings. But,
Oh, that'll work.
yeah, okay. I have this too.
No.
So accent, okay.
Accent will work for.
It says I'm liking. Okay, well, we were in V. I just want to make sure I didn't miss it. Now we're in Viking, axe hit.
Right.
And then the next one was.
Probably thud, collapsed on the ground.
Yes. Sorry, Stream Deck. I'm like, which of these are there? Thud.
You
Uh,
could
thud.
You could probably click on the next one and type an applause just so that way we have the next couple ready named
Okay.
instead of like hopping off and hopping back on.
Okay.
And
Next.
then next was, I know the last one was breaking glass shatter, breaking a door.
Breaking a door.
So let's do smash probably for the name.
Sorry. Oh my gosh. Accidentally pushing buttons. The real. Not now. I'm trying to close you. Go away. Thank you. So we're into smash
And then break.
or glass shattering.
Glass break. Glass.
Glass shatter. Okay. So we have. I know where applause is, so I don't need to look for that. So. There we go. Okay, so voice mod. You want. I literally just had it, I'm sorry.
The
Mm,
thud.
Thud. Yes.
Body thud.
Somebody hitting. So we did axe hit, or what kind of thud?
Like a body hitting the ground.
Oh, okay. Like. It feels like it's gonna be in Prankster. Burp, Green Bob. Lots of footsteps.
Ooh, I could use footsteps in something, but
Well, footsteps is easy.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for if there's a glass shatter. I thought there were.
Soft knock, door opening. No, door slam.
What's for Halloween noises? Glass shattering.
Is there like a body? What's the yellow one?
Oh, this is like I can do a horn. Like these are doors, but you want to slam. Then that's what Sorry, what are these? Well, I can do chainsaws. Low sounds, everyday places, zombie horde, more blind places. That's not any of those. Mix buttons.
No.
Hit.
Did you try searching glass or something like that?
What?
Or, well, no, we need that first. Try thud? Fall? Accident.
Punch. You want it hitting the ground. I don't think there's a wet hitting the ground sound. I'm sorry.
Try fall, maybe? And then, if not, we can do like retro.
Well, they have like the.
Oh, what's.
They have. This is that kind of fall.
Okay. Yeah, let's do the hit that we got from the retro game, I think, maybe.
Hit from the retro game. Oh, okay. You want.
Yeah. No, not hit, punch.
Punch.
Sorry.
It's okay. I just want instead of this one. Or this one. This is anime.
Stay on. What the heck's disappointment under anime? Just out of curiosity. This one. Nope. Go back to this punch. And check enemy death, what that is. Yeah, let's just do this punch for like a kick. Kick, I think, actually sounds better as like a thud-ish.
Okay. So, Stream Deck. Cartoon. No, that's
Retro.
retro game.
Past it.
Kick. There we are.
Okay. And then applause.
I know that one is. That's in sitcom.
Alright. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Smash. This is like smashing wood.
I put this stick on it, and then. Sorry, there should be a voice mod thing, but I'm not. There we go. So Smash is.
Isn't this also voice mod?
That's voice mod, this is soundboard. So these are sound effects, those are
Yes.
voices.
But I mean, like, I thought that was the same as that.
It only true. Oh. Okay, well, you're right. So let's just delete and move this over here.
Got it.
Okay. Smash. Did we already decide on Smash? I don't remember.
No.
Oh, because you wanted to smash through a door.
Yeah. Like, search door, maybe?
Safe squeaky door.
Try open door. Okay, try search. Okay. Break.
Explosion.
Explosion. Maybe.
Well, they are coming apart, but I don't
Yeah. Let's do explosion.
know. Okay.
Yeah, I think explosion will work.
Okay, so it's an anime. This is the longest stream I've had, but that's okay.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, of course it's running. Right?
Okay. So it is anime for that one for sure.
Well, as long as it says. I don't understand why it's. Okay. You make no sense. Okay, well then I guess.
Try change the profile to all, because the profile is not selected to anything. Okay, well then.
I don't know why, but let's just get a new one. Okay, so this is Smash, and that was an anime. And that was, oh, well now we gotta do it faster, Explosion. Not what I meant. I just changed you little whore. I shouldn't say that.
And then smash.
Smash.
Right.
Glass shatter. Glass shatter.
Try shatter, maybe.
Break.
Wait, try break. Try cartoon, because there might be one where it's like the singing breaks the glass or something. No. What's retro? Maybe there's something in retro for breaking. What's that one again? The warning sign. Oh, that's prank. And we already looked. We didn't see anything.
Whoa.
Okay. EDM. What's?
I'm not sure if these are anything that will actually. Lo-fi vibes might be something. Oh,
You what?
There we go. Oh, these are soundtracks. Okay. My soundboard prankster EDM, voice box, backgrounds, voice box music, lo-fi vibes, retro games, anime, cartoon, existent Halloween, cyberpunk, glow sounds, Viking. What else can it sound like?
Maybe Zombie Horde will have something.
No. No, not really.
To think of all the different sounds that
Oh,
just
here it comes. Oh, you little sitcom. I keep missing it because there we go.
hoot hoot ga ah.
Wow, these are just reactions. I thought there would be like sound effects from sitcoms. Okay, something that can sound like it. What is another sound?
I thought. What's hacking? What just happened? Unselect all. You have it. Okay. Actually, let's go with shotgun. Other than the ending bit,
Okay.
I think that kind of works.
Okay. Any comment?
Shattered it with a shotgun blast.
Okay. Okay, I don't need that. I was looking for you, my pretty. So that was in the P1 Cyberpunk. And then it was called Shotgun.
There it is. You keep asking.
Well, I'm there. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to read them till the end, so go and get AJ. Or
Okay.
actually, or I could do me. I'll do me and then we can get AJ.
Okay.
Unless you think letting her sleep longer is going to be a problem.
Honestly, I don't think so.
Okay.
The moment you mentioned her sleep longer, she started like actually almost snoring.
Okay. Cameron.
Okay. I'm going to plug your phone in because it's getting loud.
It's the white cord that's by itself that's plugged in, not that. The one in the back. Behind that one. That one, yes. Alrighty. Let me have my story. I'm actually okay with. I'm gonna use the X file. Actually, you know what? If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. So I'm gonna go to the store.
Jeez.
Yes. Alrighty, everyone. We're now into the genre. I want it to be suspenseful, so it should be a little horror. Isn't that as dark as yours? Well, definitely cinematic.
A dramatic twist.
You said dark?
Yeah, it's under the next thing, not genre.
Okay,
So
that should be fine.
it's under.
Dark, it's not really inspiring, it's kind of playful, love, inspiring, happy, angry, epic. Yeah, so it's not the others.
I don't think
It all filters.
Oh, okay. Dramatic twist.
This is a little too. Well, it doesn't be fast. I'm sorry. No. Is this the same one that you have?
Yep.
Well, let's not use the same one. I actually prefer it if you were longer, so let's do like this backwards.
Dreamland? What's that? From Kirby? Do, 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 do,
Yeah. That one. But it should get intense. So I'm going to have 2 songs.
You know, I should probably grab the thing and look if we got any comments.
Yeah.
Low battery, 10% remaining.
Plug it in and then put it on the box pointed at you.
This box?
Yeah. Someone.
Don't worry. You are not on your camera right now. So
Some two.
until he's done with his. That's not happening. I'm going to grab another cream fill cake. What?
That's where you said that. Okay, song. File. I just downloaded it. That one's the beginning. And then it shifts towards the middle. This is song 2. I just need one more song. Restore. Actually, I don't. Yes. So I want to get it more intense. Horror film opening. No, I gotta remember. It's just a file. Horror film opening. For me, I have 4 voices. Voice mod. Because I have mom, dad, Bethany, and narrator. Mom. Yeah. Dad. Bethany. I also haven't done it like this before. I actually just normally have it over here. But Bethany and narrator. So that will make it more interesting, won't it?
Mm-hmm.
So for voice mod, let's go back to voices. And let's go to man to woman, and all of this has to change the pitch.
Do you mind if I use this?
Not at all. And the reason I actually don't think I'll be dead. I'll use that effect, but like I don't really think that I need. Where is there you go. Man to woman. Hello? Oh, it's not on. Hello? Hello? There we go. And then. Hello? Oh. Hi. Hello? Hi. What's up, girl? What's up, girl? How you doing?
Creepy.
Okay. The question is, you have to make a custom voice. I will just make Bethany and Mom a gentle girl and change my pitch when I speak in German. Bethany. Hello? Hello? Okay. Let's make it dad. Hello? What's up? God's wrath. Okay, it's for Dad. It's called Odin. Son of... I actually don't know what Odin's dad is. I was like, Thor, son of Odin. But I started in the wrong place.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Hello? Yes. This sounds perfect. Hi. I'm Sigourney Weaver. Welcome to the Sigourney. Dad, you were Odin.
Hi, says Karina.
Hi, Karina. So doing this for her birthday. We're just going over and working on. We've written the stories. We're just now adding effects in. I have more to go, and then we'll be able to read them. And wrap up the stream. There's Odin. Somehow I have Echo too. Interesting. Odin. Mom. Hi. Can you hear me now? Alright, and narrator. I have no idea what I want narrator to be. Hello? Oh. Hello? Oh. This is an interesting sound. So for your answer, the lowest is number.
Okay.
I really like the idea. Well, yeah. Hello? Oh. I changed the effects. Hello? Yes, as we move through this giant cathedral. Well, it's because it goes in and out of being in our prayer area. I'm going to add a soundbar. I want the ambiance playing this music. So, I know I have a crash, and we just found what that effect is. Soundbar. Okay. Select. It was explosion, and that was in anime. Explosion. This is like towards the end though. This is crash through crash ceiling. What's that? Help me grab it. Our program may line top. It's also free. So we got smash the ceiling. I know where it's at, let's go. I actually just took you around why we were going back and forth, so I know where it's at, it's rolled by places. Meadow. Okay. Farm. Okay, well, between the two of those, I like the farm better.
That's why.
What?
You're making it overcomplicated.
What? You make it overcomplicated. You crazy. Hello? Hello? Something happened. Hear myself. Hello? Hello?
Nothing's happening.
Hello? Ah,
There's new voices.
that's
How's
fine.
one of those?
I haven't seen this, have you? Is this Bonnie, like Bonnie and Clyde? Hello? Hello? Oh, hi.
You've all.
Hello? Hello? Okay.
What's living dead?
Obviously zombies.
Right, but how do they? Okay, this is important though.
This is the, like, I could go through, like, all day and just be like, let's try all the voices. Actually, it would be a fun video to do. Hello? What's up?
Oh,
Wait, this is very low.
hello.
Hello? Hello? Change your mind? Who do you want this to be?
Voices.
4?
Voices.
Okay. Voice zombie.
Or living dead is what it was called.
Oh. There we go. Okay. We're almost there. At. There you go. Now you can hear me. Anything new? Nope. Somebody popped on and said hi.
What?
Yeah, I appreciate it. We're, for all of you people in Washington, it's 12:39 a.m. in the morning. But I don't think we started till, I know we started at 11, so it's running. I've never had this long of a stream, so yeah. And then I have sound effects. I should look at the story, and that will help me. What's going on? I have voices. I have a bang of a large pipe. I need to know. Well, explosion can work twice for that, so... What's that?
I'm just looking.
Cameron story. Song 1. Song 2. And then I have the explosion effect, the apocalyptic ending. So,
Womp womp womp.
crash, ceiling, pipe fall. Yes. I will work on being able to multitask. It will come with practice.
It does come with practice. And with practice comes great responsibility.
Yeah. All that stuff.
Actually, it doesn't come with practice. It's perfect practice. Makes
Comes
practice
with perfect responsibility. Alrighty, and... Sorry, I have to look at my story, and... Okay. Oh my gosh. For a second time, I forgot to put the pan. I forgot the object. It's okay.
You forgot the pan?
Yeah. The mother can just be eating bread. Bread's...
Eating the pan?
No, pan is bread in Spanish.
Oh my gosh.
I actually can do that. Want to know why? Her mom offers her an apple. Offered her some ham. Voila. Fixed it.
My goodness.
Okay.
GG.
I'm just trying to gauge. I don't actually think I have more than 3 explosions for sound effects. And then I have the music, and I want this music to shift. Right. I feel like, oh, it's definitely, she was right, she was alright or not. So, music. Start.
We have someone in the chat. Hello, welcome.
She was
They haven't
right.
posted anything,
That's okay.
but it's always good to have someone watching. Great. Now, Cameron's going through and looking for effects for the story. We'll see the story, well, up here when he actually swaps over, but
This story.
this story.
Yes.
So right
I.
now he's in the process of those effects, and then after AJ is going to put the effects, the music, the voices for her story. And then after that, we're going to be reading all of our stories with all the sound effects.
And don't worry, there will be chapters in this video.
Yes. And the chapters are also separated by like the colored lights, right?
Yes,
Or-
we're going to move into the next one, yeah.
Yeah.
Which we're charging my phone right now.
Yes. The phone's charging, the laptop's charging, the iPad's charging.
Basically, we're doing this so long everything's dead.
Everything is dead, and they're all gonna die, and there's no escape for it, because it just is inevitable.
Okay. Okay.
Just like how tired I'm gonna be when I fly tomorrow.
Yeah, but I just sleep on the plane, who cares?
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay, I am ready for AJ, so go wake her up.
Okay. AJ. Time to get up.
Got it.
Careful of your coffee.
Coffee's empty.
Coffee's empty. Then why is it not in the trash?
Because I didn't make it to the trash can.
Okay. You need to go to your seat, your position.
All right, everybody. Be prepared for some questionable decision making because my brain is not functioning. Alrighty then.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull up your story.
Got it. It's a short story. I don't know how you write as fast as you do.
I think you need to close the story on the iPad.
Well, let's see. Nope.
No?
Okay, pulled it up.
Interesting, because you said I had to do that.
I thought you did. Doesn't mean I'm correct.
How dare you be wrong? about
Okay,
this?
so first question is for you.
Yes.
Do you have? We're going to do songs first. Do you have?
Creepy suspense.
Creepy suspense. Store. So is okay. Let's go with genre. Suspense. Not one, but I got cinematic and horror. I'm not seeing anything now. Oh, ambient might also help. Okay, so we're gonna go through it. Is this one? This is music bed.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Okay. guess you don't want fast paced. RG, you.
No, I don't think so.
Well, I was like, just because it has Christmas doesn't mean it's gonna have Christmas riffs in it.
No, I didn't say no because of the title.
So I'm trying to see where it like shifts.
I don't need the shift. Sorry.
Well, I just mean so like you get the entire song because it's like they have higher pitched stuff. So I mean sometimes.
I like this though.
Okay. Okay. So we have this one, and then for your notes, let me pull it up. This one. Yep. So we have AJ's notes. Alrighty. So. Okay, that's fine. Song 2. So in the story, what line would it shift to this?
It would shift from.
I'm not gonna read it because I'm trying to like.
Okay, wait, no, actually, no, this one. Let me see, there might be something else better. Let me go, because I don't think this is quite it. I like it, but I don't think it's quite it. Go back to the very, very first one. Yeah, put this in a song one.
Okay. So. Oh, there should already have been. Song 1. There's 1. Okay.
Right. And then song 2, I need it to be something with like a distinctly more ominous, threatening tone.
Okay. Left off on dark electricity, I think, yeah. Nope.
On Haunted Alley.
Sorry. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Scary sounds.
Forgive the yawning, everybody.
So the first song is from Start.
Yeah.
And the second song will be from. Did you say that? I forgot already. When does the second start? Oh, this is me. When does the second song start? I'm sorry.
Push through the broken door of the building.
Sorry, I'm looking for my. Over here. Push through the broken door of the building. I just don't need to read that. I just need to know. For this. Push through the open door of the building. Okay, so.
That's really all the songs.
Okay. And then
I didn't write as fast as you, idiot. I don't know how you write that fast.
I actually don't know how fast Ian wrote. I was just trying to.
Got about.
Do you know how many voices you have?
I have my voice, which is the narrator. I have the girl's voice, which I kind of put as the narrator's voice, so it's not necessarily a shift.
Well, you can shift like the background sound of it. Because I just need two different effects. Like when it's the person talking, you can do like this effect. So if it's just if there's only one line spoken, then yeah.
There's one line for the girl and there's one line for the voice.
Okay, the voice. Okay, so that will help me with here. So down to voice changer. I'm gonna program, but first you have girl, narrator, voice.
Oh, I'm gonna do. I wasn't gonna do a voice change for the narrator.
Literally it's a sound effect, and you can be you will sound like you, but it's like a background ambient sound. It doesn't have to be a voice shift like Ian, because I have like a cave echo, or like there's a cathedral sound that you can put in. That's more of what I meant. If you don't want to like have a shift.
Yeah, well, just the narrator's the entire thing. So I thought that's what the songs were in the background.
And then, do you have any like sound effects?
I have a lightning crash, and I have giggles,
Okay.
and then maybe rain.
Rain. Okay. Well, I can do rain. I actually know where rain is, so that's 3. 2, 3. Rain. That is in little white places, and it should be just. It's rain, and that displays in a loop. And then I have to stop on yours as well. And then, you said, sorry, give me a little bit of effects again. 1 second.
Lightning crash.
Lightning crash, okay. I think that's in Halloween.
You're right, because it would be thunder, not lightning.
Well, for a sound effect, you.
No, there's no such thing as a lightning. It crashed.
Yeah.
It's not a sound. And then the creepiest giggling that you can find.
Giggle. Let me see if Halloween has giggles. Because usually Halloween has all the. No, it's not.
What's the singing game?
Ring around the rosy,
No, it's Roxy.
And then, well, because I know that in sitcom there is laughter, but it's not creepy. But they just put this one in. Is there laughing in any of this? No. It's nice to know if I ever have like a zombie thing. But yeah, because sitcom has like literally a laugh track.
Oh, that works.
Yeah? Okay. And then so you're...
Because I think that mixed with the music will work.
Okay.
So you hear that and have like all the lighthearted then yeah, that's fine. But you hear that on top of like the droning sound and it's like, oh, that's not right.
So I'm gonna put this here, and then I'm gonna put 80s nonsense over here. I'm doing it because I need you to tell me when you want those to happen. So we have thunder. We have giggle, and then we have rain.
Alright, and the rain's gonna be before the giggle.
Well, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't.
I'm not doing it in order. I'm just doing it when it happens.
Okay, so thunder is with a mocking roar.
Thunder is with mocking roar. Giggle.
Giggle sounded.
But like, it's just, oh, that's literally what it's
It
called.
literally was giggle sounded in the distance.
Giggles sounded in the distance. Okay. And then it's just before it, so what's the part before this?
The clouds released their flood.
The clouds released their flood.
I suppose if you have a sound of a door opening,
I do
of a door
door,
like creaking and open.
so I can put that in, but door creaking. When?
She pushed through the broken door.
She pushed through the broken door. See, her effects, I know where they are. You know, well, you know they're complicated, but you want, like, he used the description rather than what's the actual sound, which is why it was harder for us to find. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's how we
Did you try to be like, I needed to feel like such and such?
No.
No,
I was like,
like you was describing it, and I was
Salazar's
like,
body.
yeah. Unfortunately, I wish it was to the level of EDR. Is it EDR? Whatever they do in the movies afterwards, that thing.
ADR.
Foley?
Foley, that's what
ADR.
it is. Foley.
Oh, no, Foley is something different. Yeah. ADR is just the correcting the vocal lines.
Stir creaking.
Is there like a faster one? Maybe it's going to take.
Well, I can't do it faster. I have other doors opening.
And that's what I mean. Like a door that's just like, oh.
Okay. That's in. I know there is a door. I'm looking. Because like they have a fancy door. I'm looking for a not fancy door because that one's like Cyberpunk has like the automated door sound. And I have knocking. There's one knocking.
Is there a way of searching things?
There is, but there are others. I thought I would be able to. When door open, there you go. Like it would be that one or the other one. Otherwise,
That one.
okay. Because the other ones they have are Cyberpunk, and those are electronic.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so this one's verify. Okay.
Alright, and then do we need to set up the voice things?
No. What do you mean voice? Oh, you were 100% correct. Yes.
I was
Thank you.
like, we just have like, we label them, but we don't do anything.
I thought I had done it. You're right. We now go back to here, and this one you have to actually see. So I wish they would let me know which ones were ambient. Nope. Okay. Thanks for nothing. Because basically I was there's some that are all voices. Thank you. Hello. I might have to turn. Ooh. Ian.
Yeah.
You go underneath and turn to the right while holding this pole, just to tighten it.
Which one?
So underneath there are two.
Mm-hmm.
Hold the pole,
Hold the pole.
and then the other hand tighten it like righty-tighty,
On which one?
like both of them.
They feel as tight as possible.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it was moving. It's not gonna fall, but like over time it was doing it. Can you hear? I know what it is. Here we go. Voice changer. Here you go.
La la.
Yes. It's two
Well,
and one. Yeah.
Okay. I like. Is there really no lessons ahead? Hello? Hello?
No, it's good. It's good for you.
Great.
I know there's a cave. Like there's this one.
Hello?
Do it again.
Hello? Great. Great.
Reverb.
Hello?
And there's a cave.
Hello? Great. Mm.
And then there's. I don't know if I is.
A5. Hello? Great.
Oh, good voice.
I don't know. What's the dark medium? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
What?
It like lowered your voice.
I don't really want it to be lower. Is there a way of making my voice slightly more feminine? Because I don't have a particularly feminine voice.
Well, yeah, I turn on the girl.
Hello? Hello? Hi? I can really hard to hear you.
It's high, it's more high pitched in your voice.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Can you hear me?
I don't want to be that high voice. Hello? Wait, hello? Great.
And then there's 50%.
Great. It'd be easier if I could, like, hear not myself. Hello? Great. I don't like it.
Okay. Well, that's nothing to do.
Okay, so maybe we turn on that because it makes her sound like a little kid.
Well, this is the highest pitch, so say it again.
Hello? Hello? You know what? Let's do...
Also, now that I turned up a little bit, I want you to hear this. There we
Hello?
go. Yeah. It's
Let's do this one for the girl, because it's just her voice echoing a little bit. I like that better.
Okay.
And that's going to be the voice model alteration. And for the voice,
We're just kind of doing back for a little bit.
the voice I do want it to be like weirdly high pitched.
Okay. Well, the only one I have that makes high pitch is Van Holman.
Go ahead and do that real quick.
Okay. And then the most high pitch is this.
She speaks.
I want to use a creepy, like high pitch, like.
What's close?
I'm looking for it, sorry. Did you see it somewhere?
Yeah, I did. It literally had that little ghost symbol on it.
Ghost.
Hello? She speaks.
Try again.
She speaks.
There's lost souls that we can try too, because that's a kind of. I don't know if it's the same thing we're looking for, but I know that that's a little like it.
She speaks. I think it's going to make it a little bit.
It's just helium. Or sound.
She speaks. She speaks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like.
She speaks.
What
else?
Now this is just me. What do you think it all sounds like? What?
That's the background music.
Hello? Does she speak at all? No. I like to go back to the ghost. I'll do the ghost. I'll accept that that's what ghosts sound like. Hello? She speaks.
Did you try Lost Soul? Yeah, I kind of echoes back.
What did you think at Lost Soul? She speaks. I like regular ghost because Lost Soul lowers the pitch.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's do regular ghost.
Okay, so that's for the voice. And use GHOST. Okay.
And I'm not gonna put anything on the narrator because that's already all the background songs.
Okay, so it's the girl, and then you're just gonna say the girl as the narrator of both?
Well, the narrator, I just mean like, I'm just reading it. Unless, did you have something for when you're like not in a character at all?
Well, that's what I was doing because you have the girl in this like background, so you're not in a character. So if you wanted, if you said it was the same, then you would just do both, and I wouldn't turn it off. Like you would just be doing both at this like way. And it'd be creepy.
I wanted the girl to be Katie because she's like going to have that acting where she's speaking.
Yeah.
So I was actually thinking that as what would voice sound like. I was just, what I mean for like the narrator, I mean, were you having an effect on every single word that comes out of your mouth the entire time you were reading the story?
I can speak clean if you don't want anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I only want to do it because I've noticed that if you don't have an effect on it, you don't narrator, it makes it sound like, for the production, it makes it sound off. Because you're using your voice long, so if you're not up and not using it all at the same time, it can sound off.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so, you have your story now.
Yes. I am still, I want to be in a tiny room with nothing but a space heater. Okay, you have 673 words. How much does Ian have?
I didn't know meetings. I had no idea what all 3 weeks I was smoking. Ian has 400.
Okay, and I have 300 words.
Okay. Well, I will either you or you go first. Who wants to go first?
Ian,
You want
come
me to?
take the stage.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
no, you can come. I'm just thinking how much better is that? I can take that now.
Itching my eye.
I don't, 23%.
Okay, for reading, then everyone needs to be on camera. So
Everybody needs to be on camera. Oh, hello, person that was in the chat room.
Yes, that is. Thank you. Everyone who's present, I appreciate it.
Welcome. What does it say in the chat?
Before we go, everyone needs to choose a color for story. So what color do you want in your story? Grab my phone too. Alrighty, everyone. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want.
No, let's do a red. A deeper red.
Deep red.
Like a,
Oh, what happened? Camera. Oh, wait, can you still see that? I thought you're the one who's reading the story. AJ was in the bed.
Oh, yes, because you kind of need to be here pressing buttons.
Yes.
careful of the water.
Careful of the water, noted 5.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I accidentally put the chair back right when we were trying to sit down on it. That was an accident, it just, I did not realize it was a I was not trying to murder you, I love you very much.
So, AJ,
I think this is circus 7.
I moved it over. So then, AJ just go that way.
Oh, this way?
Yeah.
Cool.
And you said Navy? Before we do this, I have to say this or just switch where it's located. I'll save. Voice notes. Alright, we're about to shift into storytelling mode. for everyone watching. So give 2.5 seconds and we'll go there. This is stuff.
I know that seems like an obvious solution to you, but to me that seems like an insurmountable task.
Also, you're going to need to sit basically where the box is.
This is, I'm
Where you want your camera? That's what he's telling.
where is
The box
Is where your camera is.
Now careful with the water that is at the feet.
I don't know if that's there.
Because it's
There you go. Now you're on camera, all on camera. Ian says you want to wave. Over here.
that? You can see me at this angle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Osmo action. Camera. DJI. There you go. You're almost done. You said Navy. Correct?
Yes.
Is this Navy?
Let's make a good one.
Oh, you're testing purple?
No, we can do green then, actually.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, let's do green.
Okay. So I have green. I'll bring the story up for you. And you just keep, read normally. But you just keep reading. Is this, you need closer or stuff?
This should
Well, I want to give this to you. You're going to hold it in your hand. And you're going to scroll with it.
This is the entire story.
Yes.
No, as in like, this is the entire story, I don't need to scroll.
Okay. Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Wait, can you hear me?
It starts off on Tony. This is
This is
bad.
bad.
Wait. Sorry. I forgot to tell them
We're
what
doing.
Alright, everyone watching, it's also for chapters.
Right.
We're going off with Ian's first story. This is what he came up with the subject of. I want to tell them because it's been a while. So as I said at the beginning, we drew with thriller suspense, with a subgenre of prairie settlement, with I'm going to find random object Japan, and improv sketch comedy show was the location. And we're going to see where each of us turned out, and this is how Ian took that. And here we go.
This is bad, Tony said, as he prepared to go on stage. I know, but there's no way out except this show, Nate replied. Tony's
It doesn't have to be perfect, just keep reading.
Tony's deeply recessed eyes scanned the crowd, noticing the seemingly normal audience they had. Tony turned to Nate and put his hand on Nate's shoulders and sighed. You're right. I'm sure we'll get out of this settlement tonight. Before Nate could respond, the buzzer rang. And Tony and Nate ran onto the stage to do improv. As they did their introductions and bowed, Tony noticed the empty, silent stares of their audience. Something about them was very unnerving, though Tony had grown used to the stares. As the introductions finished, a deep, raspy voice peeped out. Welcome. Does anyone have a suggestion for an adjective, a noun, and then a verb? The room was purely silent for a moment, but the voice spoke again. Sly, Nate, kill. Those are the words. Tony looked in horror at Nate as he started to move towards him. Tony started to run, but Nate gave chase. The crowd started to laugh. Their laughter echoed lifelessly. Tony was able to grab her hand to defend himself. Nate, you don't want to do this. Please, the crowd, escape the town, Nate said in an almost monotone voice. Tony swung the pan. Residual food grease flew from the pan onto Nate's face. Nate attempted to wag off, but Tony swung again, striking Nate in the head. Nate collapsed. Nate collapsed to the ground lifeless, and the crowd erupted into applause. The voice echoed out.
My bad.
Oh gosh. The voice echoed. Good, Tony. You pleased the hive, now join the mind. All the audience stood up. The guard behind stage started to approach Tony. Tony ran towards the closest door, smashing it open with the frying pan, only to find 3 more people coming in. Tony smashed one of them with the pan as he broke through the front window of the improv theater. The sun was an unnatural black, which coated the town he found himself in. He found himself in a disgusting shadow. The prairie grass was blood red, and patrons started closing in all around him. You've pleased the hive, now join the mind. No matter how much he swung, there was no escape. Tony pleased the hive. He pleased the hive. I pleased the hive.
I was wrong. Should have said stuff. No, it's okay. But like, yeah, because I was listening. Oh, yeah. That could be because this. So actually, okay. So I will let you get this. We're gonna do it one more time.
But with feeling.
Yeah.
Once more with feeling.
Oh my god. This stretch is real.
Okay.
From the beginning, one more time. Do read it slow. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry. Okay. And one more time, take 2. And there we go. Oh, Tony.
This is bad, Tony said as he prepared to go on stage. I know, but there's no way out except this show, Nate replied. Tony's deeply recessed eyes scanned the crowd, noticing the seemingly normal audience they had. Tony turned to Nate and put his hand on Nate's shoulder and sighed. You're right. I'm sure we'll get out of this. You're right. I'm sure we'll get out of this settlement tonight. Before Nate could respond, the buzzer rang out. Tony and Nate ran onto the stage to do improv. As they did their introductions and bowed, Tony noticed the empty, silent stares of their audience. Something about them were very unnerving, though Tony had grown used to the stares. As the introduction finished, a deep, raspy voice eked out, "Welcome. Does anyone have a suggestion for an adjective, a noun, and then a verb?" The room was purely silent for a moment, but the voice spoke again. Slimy. Nate. Kill. Those are the words. Tony looked in forward at Nate as he started to move towards him. Tony started to run, but Nate gave chase. The crowd started to laugh. Their laughter echoed lifelessly. Tony was able to grab a hand to defend himself.
Oh, no.
Nate, you don't want to do this. Please, the crowd, escape the town, Nate said, in an almost monotone voice. Tony swung the pan Residual food grease flew from the pan onto Nate's face. Nate attempted to wipe it off, but Tony swung again, striking Nate in the head. Nate collapsed to the ground, lifeless, and the crowd erupted into applause. The voice echoed out. Good, Tony. You pleased the hive. Now join the mind. The audience stood up. The guards behind the stage started to approach Tony. Tony ran to the closest door, smashing it open with a frying pan, only to find 3 more people coming in. Tony smashed one of them with the pan as he broke through the front window of the incarcerated. The sun was an unnatural black, which coated the town he found himself in a disgusting shadow. The prairie grass was blood red, and the patrons started closing in all around him. You've pleased the hive, now join the mind. No matter how much he swung, there was no escape. Tony pleased the hive. He pleased the hive. I pleased the hive.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you actually have a completed story.
Yes.
I do not have a completed story.
Nor do I. So no judgment.
Yes.
So no, it's not a judgment, it's just noticing you actually got a complete story, and I think, I'm interested in hearing how far Cameron got into his. I think I just got to the part that I haven't even introduced the location yet, like. I'm like, I need this to be a 40-minute exercise instead of a 20-minute exercise. Okay. And, let me take my hearing aid out, because I can't have the headphones and the hearing aid on at the same time. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, this is an interesting sound. So, this is
Clean as there you go.
the narrator?
Yeah.
Okay. And then song starts from the beginning.
Yep.
Alright. And should I just go?
Oh wait, you're right. Sorry. Thank you. What color do you want?
I would like a very, very deep, dark purple.
That's the darkest purple goes.
Okay.
I think. Go closer.
Like a blue purple. An indigo. Yeah, indigo. All things are indigo.
Yeah, it's like yeah, that's okay. Cool. So we have the color. It seems a lot, but yeah. Read us slowly. I thought I could do it faster, but no.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Well, I mean, I guess the thing about mine is it doesn't change back and forth as often as
True. Alrighty. And then next one, all the that's not you. With a mocking roar. Oh, wait, no. Push through the open door of the old building. I'm trying to think of when the song starts. I forgot to start the other two songs. I'm sorry. There we go. And we're starting.
it shouldn't have existed. The dilapidated building seemingly springing out of the ground at odds with the vast expanse around it. There were no other buildings in sight, nothing but endless fields of grass withering as fall turned to frost. She didn't quite know how she came upon it. She remembered walking from her home, pushing through her workday and ending with a stroll around the city. She loved the moment where the light began to fade from the sky, the final burst of color to signal the day's end. What she didn't remember was anything that came after. Somehow she had gone from moments before sunset to full dark, her ability to see supported only by moonlight. She had a vague recollection of being afraid, of walking, then walking faster, then simply being here by a run-down theater in the middle of nothingness. The ground was flat in all directions, and no matter which way she turned, she couldn't fathom which way to head back. The first drops of water were a shock against her skin. The air turned cold, and clouds began covering the stars faster than she imagined they ought to be able to. With a mocking roar, light flashed across the sky like a star, and the clouds released their flood. Cursing her luck and out of options, she pushed through the broken door of the building. The darkness strangled her with almost physical force. Praying the battery would last for hours, she pulled out her phone and switched on its flashlight. The meager light hardly illuminated the room, but it let her breathe a little easier. Moving slowly through a doorway into a side room, she found herself in a small kitchen. Dishes strewn about, and a small table oddly set with a meal covered in dust, yet completely untouched. Great, she muttered under her breath. Next, I'll find the word Croatoan carved on a wall somewhere. Bugles sounded in the distance. She speaks, a small voice called gleefully. She grabbed a frying pan off the counter and rolled around. Who's there? And that's as far as I got.
There you go. Little drawing stages. Okay. That was nice. No shame. No problem.
That was my first attempt at writing fast.
Well, okay.
All right.
I have some time, so you are eating. Actually, can I do both at the same time? Yes, because I don't have a lot of chaos. So do you or Ian want to wear this while I read it?
Ian, would you like it? Because I cannot wear the headphones and the hearing aid at the same time.
Okay.
No, what am I?
Well, if you want, you can do this and push the buttons. I'm gonna change the color of them, but I just go to mine. Yeah, I wrote 673 words.
Yeah, you wrote a lot. Somebody's been practicing. It's almost like you've been working at this.
I'm trying to think. I think that I would like orange. No. Yeah. Pink. Red. All right.
Purple with green polka dots.
We're there. Okay.
Mom. So like when I'm a girl, just this mom, Bethany, dad, narrator, whatever I'm talking.
So one narrator right now.
Yes, you do.
And sound song. Okay.
All right. Did I introduce you when you were doing it? I know I just introduced. Wait, did I introduce you, Adrian?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this
You
is.
don't know. It's 1 o'clock in the morning and my brain is toast.
Okay. Well, this is my story, everyone. All right. I will trust Ian that he will switch when it's time. Okay. Oh, and then if so, this is a countdown. I should be there before, like when it gets to she was all right, or she was all right, not. If not, just push it again. The song one, and it'll just repeat. Okay. All right. So this is what I did with location improv sketch comedy show. Pan, but I did Pan in an ironic way that you saw if you watched the full stream. And I did John McDowell in suspense, and then I did Prairie Settlement. Alright, here we go. Bethany didn't know how she got here. One second she was in 1872 with her mama and papa, enjoying the Great Plains. The next, everywhere had gone dark, real dark. Then a cloud pressing around her almost like a sponge, getting expunged off all of its water. Now she was standing in what appeared to be a busy amphitheater, a crowd cheering as voices filled the air, echoing off what could only be described as light. But it was strange, not candlelight like the one she knew. It was more crisp and warm, yet trapped inside glass. It baffled her. Where was she? And why did all these people seem unaware of the fear coursing through her veins? But as she flipped her eyes, the room around her began to shift, and she could see Mama and Papa again, landing together in grass, exactly where the crowd sat now. Her feet carried her down the hallway as she moved to join them. Every blink of eye shifted from the prairie to the other world where light shifted, shined bright, and seats were made of some kind of metal, much too smooth for any she knew. "Mama?" she cried, not believing her voice would carry her all the way back to the prairie. But her mom turned, beaming at her as she offered her some pan. That's bread in Spanish. "Hey, sweetie girl, what's going on?" What's going on? Again, the thought flickered through her brain, and she didn't want to say. How could she express this other world that existed alongside hers, somehow distant and yet so close at the same time? Something loud dropped at the end of the hallway, right where her mama sat. That's explosion. Her scream reverberated off the walls as it carried on the wind down the rolling hills of the prairie. Because for a second, between blinks, she believed her mother would have been crushed. Her feet shot across the prairie, slamming to the ground in the open amphitheater as she slammed into her mother's body. Bethany screamed, grasping desperately for her mother. The crowd in the amphitheater stopped laughing, each of their gazes spinning around to see what caused the commotion. "Bethany, I don't understand what's gotten into you. Why did you slam into me?" That's Dad, yeah. That's no way to behave, her father said, shaking his head. "You can eat this when you behave." But Bethany didn't have the words to explain what's going on. They didn't see the strange metallic bar that crashed down on the ceiling and crushed the air where her mother was, and wasn't at the same time. "You don't see it?" Bethany asked. The fear inside her mounting as a cold chill ran through the air. While the world around the prairie remained the same, the crowd was going crazy. Searching desperately to reach her, begging for answers, wanting to know whether she was right or not. But as a gentleman, Zara, much too far away, reached down to get her through the crowd, and the gentleman disappeared in a cloud of smoke, replaced what appeared to be the same amphitheater, but desolate and destroyed. Against the wall, the letters IMPROV blinked in that strange light source that in fact had her skin curling. "I don't understand what's happening, Mama. Can't you see it?" she begged, burrowing into her mother's body one second and emptying out the next. Is she all right, Helena? Her father asked, reaching for her shoulder. An enormous, grotesque arm fell through the ceiling of the amphitheater and crushed the seats. Its red veins pulsated to the rhythm of Bethany's heartbeat. A face descended down from the ceiling, twisted and reversed to the rest of its body. Its eyes somehow narrowing on hers. "Daddy!" Bethany screamed, scrambling desperately away from the safety of her parents. Reality no longer clear as she made her way down the clearing, knocking off the side of the wall as she crashed through open grass, trying to get away.
Creepy.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. And now we can just talk to each other.
Okay. Do you want to turn off the narrator?
Yes, we can turn all that off. I'm going to go into overlay. It's now us 100%. Because I wanted to see us.
Yes.
Alrighty, so I want to talk about each other's stories really quick.
Yes.
Emma, where I can't.
You're right there.
Yeah,
You put your hand on my face?
You're right there.
Yep.
You put your hand on my face?
You're right.
As long as you don't move towards Ian, you should be seen completely. It's your full body.
Mars.
See, now it's over here. Yeah. So what do you guys think of each other's stories?
It was an interesting experience, but I liked listening to where you guys went with it.
Well, yeah, it was definitely we all got the same thing, but we all went in different places.
Very different.
We have very different writing voices.
Very true, which, if you're a good writer, you should have a unique tone that's your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are people out there who just, capitalize on sound like other people. But just to double check, I want to X out of you, because we don't need you, and this should get rid of any residual echoing. And then I actually want to talk about individually. So, what did you, Ian, think of AJ's story?
I thought it was interesting. I noticed she, like, when she was reading it, my thoughts were, I could have put in so much more detail on, like, my environments and things. Because she very much painted that world out very detailed. So, on one hand, I think that was a really good move. On the other hand, that might have made it so she didn't get as far in the story. But overall, I feel like the detail and what was there and what she was able to get done was really good.
Thank you, Shelby. I'm glad that you enjoyed them.
No, thank you.
Thanks, Is it Shelby in the chat room?
Yeah.
Shelby said cool stories.
Hi, Hi,
Cool
Shelby.
stories, bro.
Thanks. Yeah, and then same thing. I really enjoyed like the with AJ. Sorry, trying to go back. Well, what I learned the most, which is I'm glad that you said slower, is like that's also a muscle that I realized because it wasn't that I was hearing you, but I had to hear you a different way. Because I don't know if you felt this, but trying to active listen while doing the notes, it was like,
yeah, and I didn't actually hear a moment where it was the specific words crash, ceiling, pipe fall.
oh, well, the crash ceiling is definitely said the metal pipe thing. I didn't use the word metal pipe because I said it in 1872, and I was like, I don't know if she would know what a metal pipe would be.
Yeah.
Especially in our time because they would have like iron pipes, and if they had plumbing. But that's why I was like, I called it a what you said. But no, and I mean, I definitely think no matter what, even though you weren't able to like do as long as we did, I think that your drawings made a lot of it because they saw your drawings on the stream.
Yeah. What's funny about it is the first one, the flower one,
Yeah.
which was oddly appropriate. I was doing while we were still setting up before we even drew anything out.
And then Shelby said she agrees. Great details, AJ.
Oh, thank you.
And then yeah, and like we only like heard the narrator talk. I mean the girl talk twice,
Yes.
but when she chose to spoke, I thought was interesting. For when, especially because it was close to when the creepy voice was sounding. So yeah, I think that all add in. I like how it was supposed to be suspense, a thriller, but like suspense thriller kind of leans into like horror, or unless it's a crime thing. But which you guys could have done crime too. But yeah, sometimes.
We all kind of went more in the horror.
But it's Halloween, it's October, so it makes sense that our brains went there.
Horror can be suspenseful and thrilling.
It can. Yeah. And that's when it's the most enjoyable. Okay, and then so let's shift into Ian's story, which we read twice because I was trying to juggle more balls. I'm gonna go start with AJ because AJ I know heard more than I did.
So, I liked the tie together at the end. Like I liked the whole lead. It was so off but normal, and then when it went off very fast. And you actually wrote the whole story, and the progression felt like I could see it, like I could almost physically like see the progression of the action because, well, you mentioned that I put a lot more on detail and everything like that, but my detail was all in the world building and I didn't really get much. I think there were only like 3 pieces of action when I wrote, whereas you, it was like constant action. I could see every step of everything being taken. I could see every time the heads turned in the crowd. I could see like, so the detail on what was physically happening was very present, and the dialogue did a good job of wrapping everything together and showing like the very strange mental states that they were in, because I got the impression that they'd been there for a substantial chunk of time, even though you never actually said it, just because you were able to put dialogue hints in. So I thought that was very well done.
Yeah, and then like I had a similar thing. Like it was interesting because it was kind of I don't know if it's how we were trying to make it, but like you had somebody who was like a voice, and it kind of reminded me of the hand, who's like forcing people to do things that he like wants. This is me picturing, you know, Mario, the thing he play.
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Smash Brothers, because he's like forcing people into these situations. So it kind of reminded me of that. And especially because you're saying, well, because you started off with like questions that they ask in an improv thing, but the way that it, like you read it made it feel more of like a technicality. Like to the crowd. He's like, the crowd can make suggestions, but I've already decided that one of you is killing the other. That was kind of the vibe I got from it. Like, I don't know if that's what you meant, but yeah, that's kind of what I liked. And Shelby said, I liked how Ian's felt light at first and then got darker throughout. That's what Shelby said.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. And that was kind of the same thing. I want. Is yours completely in first person?
No.
Because you it ended with I.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I was curious. Because I were like, because like, it was interesting because you like were in. I don't know. I felt like it was in one head, even though there were multiple characters going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that sometimes it's difficult to feel like all like in one head when there's so much going on in a small amount of time. So I was able to be attached as all this stuff was happening to Tony. Even though if I had more people more often, it would be easier for me to do this stuff because that's an active listening exercise that is a whole other ball game.
Whole nother level.
Okay. And then actually I'll end with that question and then we can talk about what you guys thought of my story.
Okay.
You want to go first or want me to go first?
You go first and then I'll go second or...
So I thought it was an interesting balancing act because you have, it's not a simultaneous storyline because it's not two separate storylines, but it's like one set of actions that's affecting two different things simultaneously, and the two different things that's affected are not affecting each other, which it's a very interesting approach and it's not easy to do. And
Yeah.
I liked it because I'm not sure what genre like I was listening to, like, because there were times where I'm like, okay, so this is like science fiction, she's done time travel, and then I'm like, okay, but it's paranormal because something pulled her there, and then I'm like, okay, but is she really just losing her mind? Because there's also like that strong possibility that yeah, she's seeing a glimpse of something else that's accurate to the future, but is she actually there, or is she just hallucinating so badly that she's reacting to things that she's seeing that she's not actually there and don't actually affect her? Because like that's the difference. And if she would be affected by the modern world, then it's not just hallucinating, but if it's just seeing things. And so I'm like, I'm not sure what situation I wanted this situation to continue because I wanted to figure out what situation I was in, and I thought it was really interesting that we got that much going on and that much happening and that much that we're seeing, and both of her parents reacting and of the crowd reacting, and of her seeing things and trying to describe things that she doesn't know, and we still don't, as viewers are like, okay, but is she there or is she not there? Like, there's for as much as we are told, there's a lot that we do not know. Yes.
There's no problem with how long you're talking. Like you I don't want to have you stop, but I just want to make sure.
I don't know how to wrap up what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure you didn't stop because you felt like you were talking too much.
Well, I do talk a lot, more so when I'm tired and I ramble endlessly, but no, I just ran out of things to say and didn't know how to wrap it up.
Got it.
Got it.
Okay.
Understood. Yes. First off, yes, that was an extremely hard exercise to do both listen and.
Oh, what I was doing. Okay.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
okay.
both listen and listening to you. No, both listen and pressing the buttons for you.
Speaking of improv shows, well, what we just did is what the guy was doing for the improv show.
Oh, you mean
Like, he was improving the sound cues.
Yeah.
So we like we said, like we went for an improv show, and then he would play sounds, but they didn't plan that, so he literally had to hear and then find something and play really fast.
Yeah.
And so I was just saying, because we went to the improv show, like as a real life example, like that
It's
was what that
probably-
tech guy was doing.
Probably
It was bigger, but yeah.
But yeah. I thought it was very interesting. It was hard for me to understand at first because of the fact that I was multitasking, and then I was like, okay, so she's here, and this is like two separate things. No, wait, it's together. No, wait, what is going on? And then by the end, I got it. Like,
Yeah.
it was very interesting and unique, and I don't think I've seen any, no, I might have seen like a story once where it's like the parallel things happening simultaneously to a person who's able to experience both of those realities at the exact same time. Yeah, and I thought it was also interesting how he had both of the parents, and that whole thing seemed like very normal, like a very normal family dynamic. And then you had this other completely different layer, and it really felt, I feel like that normal family dynamic felt more like of the prairie genre, and then the other part made it more of the horror thriller genre.
Yeah.
So you literally felt like you took the genres and perfectly just like, no, we're doing both of them completely separate stories that are happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Same time.
Yeah. So it is a suspense thriller horror fairy says. Yeah. All at once. You know, you can't have them stopping.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
And I think it was very progressive of you to make your family there Spanish speaking.
so that you had
So
a
you could have-
Well, I was like,
You and I
Pan.
both did the right thing, which is pans are not cooking equipment, pans are weapons.
Yes.
Yes, we both would.
Well, like, I
I
forgot.
recognize
I was like, I can't forget again. There's like, I put an apple in this. We don't need apples. We'll have bread. So here, we like some bread.
like every self-respecting.
It was unique, good word for it.
It was unique, good word for it.
Frying pan is
Yeah.
the ultimate weapon.
Thank you, Shelby.
But I thought it was really interesting because you were the only one of us that really pulled out the prairie genre, as opposed to kind of just turning it into a location. Because I didn't know what to do with it, and so I'm just like, well, we're on a prairie. Maybe I'll come back to that later.
Well, it's kind of like, well, I mean, like the character's young. That's why she's calling them the mama and papa and like all that kind of stuff. And then I was like, an adult might be able to grasp like how things work faster, but she's like, these are not like the lights that I've known all my life. And so like I was like choosing what details to focus on. And then like, it was the ending, so I can understand why people didn't grasp it, because it wasn't two, it was three realities. Because
So there was the monster and there was in the future after
Yeah.
that burned
Yes.
down.
yeah,
Okay, that's okay.
Because that was not happening at the same time as what was happening in the theater.
because like she was pulled into like, it's still it's same now, she's in the location, but now it's even further in the future, and now she's standing in it and it's like destroyed, and there's a monster like coming into the ceiling, and
Primeval.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know what that is, but I've heard of that like that thing before. But I'm glad you like it, because like I kind of the thing it reminded me of is it's Slaughterhouse 5, because that one where tackles about like somebody who is, I don't know if he's Jewish or German, but it's about him experiencing all his timelines at the same time. So when he's going, it's a Jewish man. So as he's going through like the Holocaust, he's in the future in his 1980, like when he's 80, remembering as he's living it, the Holocaust happening. So when the Holocaust is happening, he's able to tap into his future self in order to not be present with what's happening to him.
Yeah, it's a very odd story.
It is, if you haven't read, highly suggest Slaughterhouse 5.
Kurt Vonnegut, right?
I think so. So we reacted to all three of our stories in the yellow chat. Now, I was worried that when you were going over this, that you were starting to talk about your experience with the experiment. I wanted to make that the last question.
Okay.
So now I want to know how you guys felt, because you weren't. This isn't something you do. So how do you felt with the writing exercise experiment?
I am not a fast writer, so this was very much like a new muscle for me. I am a person that I take probably an hour to flesh out in my brain. What do I even want to do? Where do I want to go? I start with character, typically. I'll take a character and I'll break them down, and I'll decide everything there is about the main character, and then I'll drop them into a scenario and see what happens. And so this was like, you have this scenario and this thing going on, and this one, I'm like, okay, well, I gotta create the scenario, and then I'm like, I don't have a character, and I don't have an hour to write a character, and what do I do? And then I'm just like, I'm like, okay, there's a girl there, and she's me. Why? Because I don't have time to come up with somebody else, so it's me. That's how it is. And so it's so opposite of the way that I approach writing.
Yeah.
It was fun, but there's a reason why there are less words on the page for me than there were the rest of it, because it's just so it's working a different muscle entirely. It's the get words on the page, get them on the page fast, and I'm like, but I need to slow down and think about, like, I can edit fast, but I can't write first draft that fast yet. It's just it was a interesting experience, and then when you cut it off, I was like, no man, just double my time. And probably if you had doubled my time, I would have gotten to that and be like, okay, now take all of my combined time and double it again.
Oh my gosh.
And then like a week from now, I'd be like, look, here's my draft.
Well, it's more. It's like so. It's like sorry, I turned it towards you but it's kind of like basically what you're saying is it's kind of like the architect approach to writing is like you develop a character and you have like what the character's going through in the scenario, and usually a gardener has like location, setting, genre, what they're doing, and they just dive in and allow the story to happen to them rather than you do like have an idea for the story.
And the thing is, I don't usually have a full idea for the story, but I usually know the character thoroughly, because I have this thing where I'm like, I need to know this character inside and out, and then what I'll do is I'll create the general structure of the world, but I won't necessarily plan out all of the events. But I always feel like I have to know the character thoroughly, because otherwise I find that I have inconsistencies in how my character responds to things, because I haven't actually thought through how they think.
Okay.
So it's, I don't necessarily need to control where the story's going. Like, I still let the story happen, but I found that everybody has the flaw that they have when they're writing that they need to contend with, and mine is that if I don't really thoroughly understand my character, then I will notice that my character does things that once the character's fully fleshed out, like, that character would never do those things. And so I just that's how I make sure that I don't fall into that trap, because I know it's a trap that I fall into.
Yeah.
Is I make sure I flesh out my character ahead of time so that I know as I'm writing whether or not how they would respond in a situation, so that as a situation comes up, they are responding to it according to their actual character, and instead of how I, as the writer, want them to handle the scene so it goes the way I want it to. So it's interesting because going in blind, I mean, that doesn't mean anything can happen, but it was also kind of terrifying, because I'd be like, well, what if I make her strong in this scene, and because I'm just writing and I haven't fleshed out her character, I'll make her strong in one scene and weak in another and react in this way, and then look back at it and be like, she reacted 3 different ways and she's one person. Is she schizophrenic? And like, it's
Well, in a story with space, yeah, somebody might think that, but in a short story,
Oh yeah,
No
I'm
one's
also
ever-
not used to writing short stories. I'm used
Well,
to
I had no intention of making a short story. I just wrote until like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And
Because it's about
Ian comes out and he's like the first person and he's got like a beginning and a middle and an end and I'm like, well, I have like
Well, I have a question
like,
about
part of a
this.
prologue.
You actually had access to the timer. Were you looking at it?
You were.
I
like,
wasn't
why?
purposely looking at it. I did glance down. I was like, I feel like I'm getting close to the end, and I have like one sentence, and I could either continue into the next paragraph or figure out how to continue this single thought. And I looked down, and I'm like, I shouldn't have looked down, but it's less than a minute left.
So,
So I am going to wrap this up.
Okay. Okay.
You cheater. No, that's
Because I had a similar feeling, and I was like, well, I know it's coming into an end. Should I do something? And I was like, nope. It's not about ending it. It's all about allowing it to, the creativity to happen.
I wanted a 2-minute warning. When you said wrap up whatever sentence you're on, I'm like, where was my 2-minute warning?
I mean, for future, you could do like a 18-minute timer and then be like, now we have 2 minutes, and you're aware. And now, AJ really went into hers. I want to make sure that I ask you about your experience with the experiment.
I really much enjoyed it. I find that I do this weird ping-pong relationship between architect and gardener, those two things, because oftentimes I do write in very brief stints. Like I get to a place and I have like an hour to write, or maybe only a half hour to write, so I'm like, okay, I need to hit the ground running on this writing, boom, right? But usually I have like a general sense of, this is kind of the location these characters are in, this is kind of what the characters already are. I know the genre, obviously, because usually I'm working on these stints for a longer series of stuff. So it basically worked very similar to Muscle than I already did, just without the prior knowledge ahead of time of this is what it's going to look like. So it was very much just throw it in, focus on one of those aspects, right? I was like, okay, so we only 20 minutes. I have to focus on one thing first. Improv. Let's get the improv thing down first. We can build out the horror out of that. What if, and then just instantly from there, ideas started running. So, yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. Definitely got creative juices flowing. And if I didn't participate in this, I wouldn't have created that cosmic horrorscape at the end than I ended up doing. So,
Yeah.
Yours was like an odd dichotomy of there's no zombies in this, but it feels like there's zombies in this. Just because they're everywhere and you can't escape.
Well, you also kind of make it like the horde mentality.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's.
It was, you please the hive, now join the mind.
Which zombies, except World War Z, don't usually do hive mentality.
Yeah. That would be more like, and your thing with the voice seemed very Master Hand-esque is kind of also a thing I was kind of going for. Not Master Hand specifically, but yeah. The idea was all of it was connected so they didn't have to talk.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was...
And
And how did you think of this experiment since you've done this before?
well, the first time I did add time because I was like 15 minutes is not enough time, so I added an extra 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah. For me, what I've learned is like the reason why it's like different and it's more bendy with genres and subgenres is because I've learned that if you're stuck to a genre that you love doing, it makes it so like your ideas sometimes aren't open to trying new things inside your genre. So what I did was like, okay, how can I make this genre something that I am familiar with? And that's allowed like my brain to be faster. I also have been doing them vocally out loud, and that has like helped me write faster. Because usually you can hear yourself mess up before you write it.
Right, yeah.
And the other thing I learned is like the art of not judging. I told my sister when I wrote my book, you just have to assume everything you're writing is garbage. if you take it and if you look at what you're writing and think that it's the Holy Grail, you're never going to touch it. It's just going to remain something you don't touch. Because with trash, you can sort through it and find what's like, oh, like what to keep. But like if it's a Holy Grail, you're like, oh, that is so good. If I even tried touching it, I would destroy it. And that's something that I struggled with a lot mentally when I was writing. And this helps a lot because also there's attachment that you get attached with writing to your words. And I'm like, I actually learned, even if I don't go on with the story, I do like the concept of that story I was creating. Maybe not in this genre, but it taught me something that I had an idea of because I would never have thought of it if I hadn't been trying to make this work. And so allowing my brain just to be like, this is where it's at. If you watch last week's video, I said it all out, and then halfway through, I'm like, well, I committed, but this is not good.
It's really interesting that you said, like, assume that everything you write is trash. I never heard it taken quite to that extreme, but when I was in my creative writing courses, he said, like, look, you're going to be at some point writing, and it's going to be flowing really well, and you're going to be in love with what you wrote. Like, it is okay to be in love with what you're writing while you're writing it. Just remember, if you really, really feel like you're in love with what you're writing while you're writing it, recognize that you're feeling that, and then set it aside for a week, and then go back and reread it, and I guarantee you a week after you've written it, if you go back and reread it, you will no longer be in love with it.
Yeah.
He's like, it's okay at the moment, but
It will pass.
it's like, it will pass, and it better pass, because anytime you're on that high, it's because it feels good when the writing's flowing. It's like, but then you'll go back a week later and be like, dear Lord, what did I do here? But the good news is, because it was flowing, there's a lot of good stuff in there, but usually not in the order it needs to be in, or how it is. It's like, it can always be improved.
Well, I have something on that note, because like, you were asking how it happened. Because you were like, it's hard for me if I don't create a character.
Yeah.
But I allow a character to happen to me.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, oh, Bethany. And then as I was writing, I was like, oh, that's Bethany. So like, but I told Ian this. I don't separate from my character. So like, if my character's a girl and she's 12 years old, I am 12 years old and I'm a girl. And he's like, And I'm like,
okay, that's only a problem if you take that with you when you leave the writing.
but no, but that's how my brain works, and so.
Like, you can be a girl if you want to. I'm not gonna judge that, but you can't be 12 years old, Cameron. I draw the line.
And that was kind of the thing, though, is like, like no matter what character, I was like, I switched mindsets, and like, and I only say that because you're like, hard for you to like, you have to find the character first. And I was like, well, if you allow yourself to do more improv, it might allow you to find the characters faster, is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, there's that, there's the most interesting situation I had, and I'll say their names, it's Orica and Kasaka, and I really want to go back to this story, I just haven't found an excuse to do it yet. The first time I started writing the book, Karsaka was the main character, and I'd written her, she was the main character, and she was the one that had the curse placed on her and everything like that, and I was writing it and writing it and writing it. I had her character all figured out, and I only typically do that for my main character. Like, the other characters in the world, because they're part of what's happening to the main character, I don't flesh those out because then I'm controlling it too much. And I just got like 1 or 2 chapters in, and Orica was just more interesting of a character. And so I went back to the beginning, like, Karsaka, you're still there, but you're now Orica's best friend, and you're the side character. We're going to have Orica there, and the only thing we're switching is that the curse is now attached to Orica. And I'm like, this is so much better. And she's not the character I like originally had. I'm just like, but she was more interesting than the one that I'd originally created.
Yeah.
But the one that I'd originally created allowed me to really flesh out what I wanted to do with the book. But then once I did that, I'm like, okay, great. I'm really sorry, Karsaka. I'm sidelining you now. You're just not as interesting as your best friend. But that's usually like something. It's what gets me through the first draft, or what gets me through the figuring out the thing. And then once I've figured out the thing, then all of it can change, but I need to know what the thing is first. But I never go into a story knowing what the thing is. I go into a story knowing that I have this character and knowing that I have this weird situation, and if I combine the two of them, I might find the thing, if that makes any kind of sense.
Yeah. That does.
So I honestly don't know, like, based on that, whether I'm an architect, because I'm definitely an architect in phase 1. And then, like, I destroy the building.
Well, I'm an architect, but I allow like I know I'm an architect because I know everything that happens in my book. I know it, like, every moment that's important. But when I'm in the chapter, I'm like, I know what's supposed to happen, but I'm gonna let you
Figure out how to make it happen.
either figure out how to get there or tell me that's wrong.
I hate that. I spent so long trying to write this fight scene once between these two characters, and I built it up, and I got there, and this fight scene just kept not happening, and not happening, and not happening. And I was just like, what is going on here? And then I realized I was trying to force the fight scene because I thought it would be exciting to have the fight scene happen, that it would create the thing, and like, but there was really no reason for this fight to happen, and there was some part of my brain, thankfully, that recognized that there was absolutely no justification for this event. It was supposed to be like this, this trigger point happened, I'm like, but nothing triggered it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, fine. I wanted this to happen, I thought it was important, I let it diffuse, I did other things instead, and lo and behold, like, 3 chapters later, all of a sudden there's the fight, and I'm like,
And it had all that extra build up to it.
it did, because there were other things that were going on that I was neglecting because I was trying, it's the hand of the writer is what I call it. Like,
Well, I call it it is the hand of the writer, but I call it the earned moment. So like when a character's telling me that something's wrong, normally it's not that they're unwilling to do it, it's that they're telling me, if you want me to do this, you need to make it harder for me.
I love that we both speak in terms of like the character talking to us,
Yeah.
because most people will hear that and be like, do you guys need psychiatric help? And I'll be like, well, yes, we're writers, so probably.
Well,
But
I have had people come up to me when I'm writing, and then they're like, are you okay? And because they're like, it looks like you're about to cry, but I'm not sure. And I'm like, I'm great, but something like crap has just gone down. Yeah.
It got to the point where when I was in undergrad, people knew what I was doing and stuff. So they would just come in and look at me, and they wouldn't ask me what was wrong. They would just look at me and be like, bad scene. Be like, yep, you know what's up.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh. Hello? Okay. Just double checking. It's been a bit. But no, and that's kind of where this is at, because like, I want to do it, and I want to do it more often. I can do it by myself, but like what we just did, it's easier to like.
This was fun. And
We did it late because we had to rearrange stuff, but it can be nicer.
What can we do?
I like it. It's the first time in a long time that I've written something for me.
Yeah.
Because I have so many stories that just because of time I've essentially abandoned, and I miss the characters, and I'm
Well, and this is what I say about this, like, because my people have been asking me, my sister and everybody who I've told I'm doing this, is like, well, why do it if you know that at the end of it you're not? Because I tell everybody, after this, I'm not going back, and I said, if it got big enough, and there was root for stuff like a one continuous story that I had started, I might do it like every month. There's one episode that's just the story continued. Yeah.
So funny story on that note.
Mm-hmm.
So we had one creative writing class where they would have us do different projects, and one of them was very similar to this. It was called the skeleton plot.
Yeah.
Where they said, okay, your plot is there are 2 people and they go into a room and then they meet a third person and then one of them leaves the room. If that was literally the whole skeleton plot. And then they're like, okay, everybody go read, and they did like an archetype. We were like, okay, everybody you have to pick, and they said, these are the archetypes. You don't get to make up your own archetype because that's not an archetype anymore, that's a character. An archetype is just supposed to be like the stereotypical character. Like, you build a scene based on that. And I just noticed, like, it wasn't done on purpose, because every project is supposed to be its own project. And I realized partway through, like, and they were each 30 pages long, that every single one of them, if I put them together and put stuff between them and stuff, could all have been different scenes from the same novel.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you might find that just happening to you.
Yeah.
Whether you intend it to or not. You do enough of the exercise and you be like, you know, these really all do fit together like they're part of the same story. Maybe I should explore that.
Yeah. And then, I had a second point, aside from character, that because you said something earlier, that, well, it's mostly to train your brain to, like, be open to receive faster. Because that's what improv is. Because a lot of times we say no, and, like, this has to do with validation. Allowing an idea to happen in your head is not saying that the idea is valid. It's saying, okay, I had this thought, but I don't need to go further with it. And so that's kind of what improv is like you say yes to everything, and then you go with what you can best achieve through saying yes.
Like a really detailed brainstorm.
Yeah. Okay, so to wrap this up, summarize what you just said in a sentence or a paragraph. AJ first.
So summarize everything that I just said?
So basically just like your thought of the exercise in like a sentence or a paragraph. Like short button so I can shift to closing the video.
Interesting but difficult because it goes against the way I normally think about writing.
Okay.
Fun exercise to keep that part of my brain worked out and buffed up, I guess. I'm getting tired, okay?
Worked out and buffed up.
It's his protein shake.
It's an exercise that allows me to tell my creative brain it's okay if somebody else says no, because I've said yes, so whatever happens, it happens, and that is valid.
One final comment,
Mm-hmm.
because I noticed we all did this when we were talking about each other's work, because at no point did you say what was good about each other's work. You just said, what do you think about each other's work? And all of us only picked out the good. Like, there was no attempt from any of us to critique it, and I think part of that is because we all know there's no point in critiquing it. This is not a final draft. This is what did you come up quickly? So there's no benefit to pulling out criticisms. It's almost just recognizing what are the innate things that you do well without thinking about it.
Yeah, and it's also like, one, you haven't done it, but two, for writing and almost all art and creativity, in order to learn what you did bad, for me, I have to be pointed out to people, like, what people are drawn to. Because then it doesn't mean that they say the other part's bad, but it allows me to be like, okay, so when I do these things, I get this kind of response. And so it's not, and so it makes me feel like the work is valid and I just need to shift. Rather than, I call it safe spaces in writing. It's like, we're all there for a purpose, and you can critique, because there are a place for hard critiques, but in like an improv or like beginning, or like, I call it creative writing atmosphere. It's more about getting the work done than like perfecting like the grammar or like all the fancy stuff that they talk about down the road.
Yeah, and like and the thing is, like, I think what we did right worked for our voices. Like, if I tried to edit either of your works through my voice, it wouldn't have worked. and just I think it's an exercise that really points out how important it is to cultivate your own voice instead of trying to cultivate what you think somebody else wants your voice to be.
Yeah. I said my sentence, AJ said her sentence, and you did say sentence because you mentioned buff. Okay.
Yeah,
I was double checking. I was double checking.
I'm tired, I ramble when I'm tired, and I keep talking. I will.
Speaking of which, in order to close this video, because it's a collab, they were welcomed over. Do you have anything you guys want to talk about on your channel?
We're taking a break tomorrow. I
Okay.
made the decision about 30 minutes ago that we're not streaming tomorrow. That's not the announcement. We've been working very hard on some longer streams. So for those of you who have seen our channel before, you might notice we do 2 live streams a week. Sunday live streams are going to be substantially longer moving forward because we're going to be trying to knock out either an entire game in one stream or an entire game in like 2 streams.
Or just a large.
Or just large chunks if it's
a,
like Oblivion, which we're trying to go through now, and just try to knock it out faster. Just because we want to be able to show more things instead of spending months and months at a time on the same 2 games. So there's going to be more variety in our content, but also there's going to be substantially longer live streams.
Also, we just finished Metroid Dread, which also just released recently.
Yes.
So you do it every weekend. So
Yes.
and this weekend's obviously done. So if they wanted to check you out next weekend, what would the games be?
For sure, Oblivion is going to be on the table. And depending on how Ian's wrist is doing, we would like to go ahead and finish up Resistance Fall of Man. The reason we hadn't is because his wrist has been hurting, and that's
hit carpal tunnel. Probably.
yeah, and playing for 8 hours is.
I have to see the doctor too.
Yes,
I haven't told you. I might also have carpal
See,
tunnel.
I don't have carpal tunnel. I grip the controller so much that I end up like bruising this part of my hand. So it's not permanent damage. It's just like after 4 hours. Of
Well,
gripping
I
my
wanted suspenders because I noticed, because of the way my pants are, I was doing this a lot. And normally I relax my hands because I was taught that for band.
You need an ergonomic keyboard is what you need.
Well, probably, but this is the one I had in my house when I was like, I'm gonna do the setup. But yeah, I'm trying to. But yeah, I was like, I'm gonna see a doctor because this week my hand has been like.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's public service announcement. If, because we've talked about writing, we've talked about gaming. If you intend to pursue either of those careers, you too might be seeing a doctor about carpal tunnel earlier in your life than you might expect, because both of those things are really hard on your wrists.
Yeah.
So just take care of yourself is what we're trying to say.
Take care of your wrist and your hands. I went off on a tangent because you mentioned your hand was going off. And Sunday you're going to play what? That's what we got.
Sunday I'm going to play, I have a financial accounting final exam and Ian's in California.
Next Sunday.
Oh, next Sunday.
We've already moved past from there. I put next week. You said
we said we're going to try to do Resistance Fall of Man if Ian's wrist is up to it.
Gotcha.
If it's not, we'll
Be
figure
doing
something
it
out.
living, probably.
got you. Okay. Alrighty, everyone.
We're clearly all very tired. It's 1:30 in the
Alright.
morning.
That's not how
I'm
I close
ahead
my
out.
videos. You just sit down.
Wait, what? Did you get up?
Yeah, he's like, okay, alrighty, bye. And
And
I was like,
all right, I'm a head out.
oh my gosh.
We end our videos that way because we're so much further from the off button than you are. Like, there's no way for us to press the off button without leaving the camera.
Oh, you want to know how you can fix that? Get that app on your phone that I've told you a lot,
Yes.
and you can literally put a button that says OBS recording.
You know,
Yeah.
we could do that.
I
That would be
mentioned
the
it.
intelligent thing to do, but that would be like an upgrade on our stream. People expect technical difficulties from us.
Already.
Since the beginning, my very first stream started with 30 minutes of technical difficulties. It hasn't improved.
Oh, Ian.
I mean, it has.
Okay.
It has improved.
In summation, thank you guys everyone for showing up. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching me on my birthday. Thank you for them for being here with me on my birthday. As always, you can pop over to them if you want to watch AJ's Geek Corner. That's AJ Nold. This is Ian Blake Salazar. I'm Cameron Gran. You're watching Grand Central. Grand Central is currently doing the 30-day challenge. We just wrapped up day 16. Tomorrow there'll be another day. So it's going to be another video, even though this could count because it's going into the second day. But we're not going to count it because that's not how it works. Alrighty. And thank you guys so much. Remember to show up for yourself because I show up for me by doing these videos for you. So I'm hoping to do the same thing for you. And thank you so much. And I'll talk to you guys later. And bye.